We are on part 2 of the lesson for the pen tool and using it to extract a background. So on our end of our part 1, we saved our path by dragging it to new. Always keep in mind when working with your pen tool at the very start and the onset that you select in your options palette paths rather than shape. So now that we have our path selected, right, you can deselect by clicking in the bottom of your paths palette. As soon as you click and select your path, right, we're going to name that car. You could load the selection right here. This little circle with the little dots around it indicates a selection. So click it. We'll load a selection back to our layers palette. And you can see that we can do a simple Command J, which drops it into a new layer. So what we want to do is blur the background. Rather than removing the background, if we had just our vehicle selected, there's a nice clean extraction of the vehicle. But we want to blur this background. So we're going to go and give it a filter, blur, and a motion blur. And there's not a lot going on in the background, so we're going to have to increase it slightly. And we're going to alter the angle just so it matches the road. So we're going to apply a distance of 20, add that. Now, we do not want the car to look like it's blurred. Possibly the rims, yes, that's our next step. So we're going to turn the front layer back on. And now we will create our selection of the two rims using our elliptical marquee. Simply select the first rim, hold down the Shift tool to add to the selection. So now that we've selected both, we have a part of the car on this first selection that we need to remove. So holding down the Alt key and taking away from the selection, a simple zoom out, Command minus. We are now ready to add a radial blur to the rims. So make sure that you're on best, make sure you're on spin, and play with this amount. You may want to try a number, apply it, and if it doesn't look quite right, go back in, do a simple undo, Command Z, and try an alternate number. There you go. I mean, we do have another step to this. You'd want to tint these windows, but there is the pen tool part 2.